Now we turn our attention to the ladies' short program, which accounts for 1/3 of the total score. There are 8 required elements, and failure to complete one of them could be disastrous. Let's go back to yesterday's short program. This is how Peggy Fleming, Dick Button, and I called it. This year marks Tonia Kwiatkowski's 8th year of competing at the Senior Nationals. She had her best finish in '93 when she earned the bronze medal. And remember, we're only sending 2 ladies to the World Championships, so this means very much to her to make that world team.
The only way she'll make it is by landing the jump. Again, the jumps. The first difficult one, this triple Lutz. Double toe combination.
Oh, she's happy with that.
She has been skating very well on the practices, very well trained by Carol Heiss-Jenkins.
The second move, the triple toe loop, and this footwork leading into it.
In her only international outing of this season, she did defeat Michelle Kwan at Trophy de France in November.
Skating to the music of Firebird by Stravinsky. Seems rather frantic in the choreography, but that is the character of the music. Nice leg position on that layback spin.
Double axel. A far greater determination this year, and it's resulted in a far more finished performance.
Well, she had good speed and a very nice program. Oh, she looked very happy.
What a way to start our competition. And we'll be back with Tonia Kwiatkowski's marks right after this.
And this is her triple Lutz. Look at the reverse position going into the air. Very nice, tight legs, good landing, and a step up into a double toe loop. That was nice. And the other complicated and very difficult jump that she had to complete in these required elements was this triple jump. In her case, a triple toe. Now watch again as she reverses into it.
For required elements.
Very nice. Very nice.
5.6.
And the marks for required elements from 5.5 to 5.7.
5.6, 5.6, 5.7.
There's Carol Heiss-Jenkins on the left and Glenn Lott.
5.5.
Now these marks for the required elements are quite high, and particularly since she's the first of some 16 skaters.
And on deck is Karen Kwan, Michelle's older
marks
sister.
For presentation.
And the marks for presentation are higher, 5.7s and 5.8.
5.7, 5.7, 5.7.
Her little sister has become quite famous, but Karen Kwan is a fine skater in her own right. She won the Pacific Coast Sectional Championship last month to advance to these nationals.
Karen Kwan.
thing to watch for in her skating is the lyrical, delicate, and very elegant quality that she brings to this sport. There is nothing strong-arming about her approach. The fact that she put this spiral sequence early in the program shows her concern with this type of movement as well as with the difficult triple jumps. And even here she gets a very beautiful back position and the leg position in fine show.
I think she really expresses the music. Very different from her sister, Michelle. She uses her arms very well.
This, her triple combination. Triple loop, triple toe, double toe. If you watch her skating, you see that she sort of floats on the ice. She almost settles on it. There's very little driving tension. She looks almost like what she is, a young girl feeling her way into this world.
Michelle is tutored because of her busy schedule, but Karen is an 11th grader at Rim of the World High School in Lake Arrowhead.
This triple salchow.
Karen and Michelle also have an older brother named Ron. He's 18 years old.
And we'll be back with the marks for Karen Kwan in the short program right after this. Our next skater is 94 national silver medalist Michelle Kwan. The scores for her sister Karen ranged from 4.3 to 4.9 for the required elements and from 4.6 to 5.3 for presentation. This is a special time for Michelle and Karen. For the Kwan sisters, their family has always been their strength. The two compete together, not against each other. To those who know her well, Michelle is known as Little Kwan. Karen is 2 years older and less well known. Still, they have both achieved so much, it's hard to remember they're only 14 and 16. Who's the silliest?
Well, we have our moods when we're like, well, she's like hyper, and when I'm hyper, we're just like crazy.
She's the silliest one.
No, she is.
Michelle's climb up the skating ladder hasn't been lonely. From the time they started at 5 and 7, they've skated side by side, competing together even as children. Today, they still share pre-competition jitters, along with skating friends, teenage giggles, and up in Lake Arrowhead, a cottage where they live while training.
It's nice to have someone around you all the time.
They're very different skaters. Karen's strength, artistry. Michelle's athleticism. What separated them early on was Michelle's drive. Remarkably, by only age 10, she was ready to dig in.
I think the first year I worked with Michelle, she more or less said to me, what do I have to do to be a success? And I said, this, and this. And she said, if that's so, then I'm going to do it now and today. And she did.
And success did come quickly. She shattered all youngest records and virtually grew up in the eyes of a television camera, while older sister Karen looked on.
When Michelle's career started to take off, I felt really proud for her and happy, and it wasn't like, it didn't feel wrong because she'd worked very hard over the last couple of years.
This year, Karen's motivation kicked in, and in January, it was her turn to shine as she competed at the Pacific Coast Championships, hoping to qualify for the Nationals. This time, Michelle sat in the stands with her parents.
Going through her program, I was going, come on, you can do it. You can do it. I see you every day doing this.
Not only did she qualify, she won the Pacific Coast title, which Michelle won 2 years ago. And when she finished,
I felt like a chill go through, you know, because I felt like I wanted to cry or something, that she did so well, you know, and everybody was so proud of her.
it was finally Karen's turn for the spotlight Michelle knows so well. Perhaps they're not competitive because their parents, Dan and Estella, have instilled in the girls and their son the powerful Chinese tradition that family is everything.
I told Karen and Michelle was that, hey, this is the only sister, only brother you have for life. And then someday if I'm not here, your mom's not here, I think that's someone you can count on. So you have to learn how to love each other, and they do. There's one thing I really feel proud for 3 of my children.
Please welcome Michelle Kwan.
There are Dan and Estella Kwan, who have now been joined by Karen to watch Michelle's short program. Can Michelle Kwan become the youngest champion ever? She starts her bid right here.
She's been skating very consistent lately in practice and kind of scares Frank Carroll. He hopes that she doesn't leave the competitive performance on these practice sessions. And this edge that she holds after the double axel shows such control and such style.
Michelle's two-jump combination, a triple Lutz double toe loop. Oh, and she, that was not so hot. She did the triple Lutz. She landed the edge very slowly, pulled out of it, barely by the skin of her teeth, and completed the double toe loop. Not her best movement.
But she has a lot of determination.
But this short program is not about determination. It's about completing 8 required elements. Keep it in mind, everybody, because that's the name of the game.
It certainly is. This is where she has made a remarkable improvement in her presentation and relating to the audience, stretching out her moves and holding them and feeling the music more. Nice extension. Very solid triple toe loop here at the end. She's had a history of problems with this short program in other competitions, but this was a fairly good night. Just missing that combination. Otherwise, very nice performance.
I think for me, the most important thing that I've seen develop this year is that smile on her face at the end of the program. She's turning out to be a young lady of charm and personality, and I think it's overcoming the quietness and the inner introspection that we saw before.
And she looks so relaxed and calm out there. And we'll be back with the marks for Michelle Kwan right after this.
The judges
And
mark
this
for Michelle
slow motion
Kwan
shows
for
the triple
required
Lutz right
element.
there. But look at how far she is to the left, turn to the left before she takes up. The landing practically
5.6.
stopped. But right here, look at that. She
5.6.
stepped out and did it exactly
5.5.
right. So there should be no
5.5.
deduction for
5.3.
omitting the jump, just for not doing it very well.
5.5.
And the marks for
5.4.
required elements from
And
5.3 to
5.4.
5.6.
Now, depending upon the second set of marks, she may be put into second place behind Tonia Kwiatkowski. That's
And
a
her marks
position
for
she's found herself in
presentation.
before.
5.7.
And the marks for
5.7.
presentation from 5.6 to 5.8.
5.7.
That does put her in
5.7.
second place behind
5.6.
Tonia.
5.8, 5.7, 5.6, and 5.7.
There's a look at the ordinals. She was placed second by every judge.
Well, she missed, or she just didn't complete that two-jump combination well.
You can get your leg out.
Yeah.
Our next skater is Kyoko Ina, a member of the '94 Olympic team in the pairs competition. Now for the 5th time at these nationals, she competes in ladies singles.
That's a nice position.
She's skating to a medley from Miss Saigon. Very nice, gentle move, very much in the style of the music. Peggy, what's the transition like from pairs to singles? Well, the timing, you don't have to time all of your skating, your jumps and spins to somebody else's. She can really concentrate on her own skating, which you really can't do very well when you're skating with a partner. But in pair skating these days, you have to be a strong single skater and able to do those side-by-side double and triple jumps.
Well, you can certainly see the entrance to that combination was not in her favor.
Her circular footwork. Carrying nice speed throughout all of the steps. Compared to some of the other single skaters, Kyoko practices very little for singles, about an hour a day. Very refreshing kind of performance to see from Kyoko.
And we'll be back with the scores for Kyoko Ina right after this. For Kyoko Ina, ranged from 5.2 to 5.4 for required elements and from 5.3 to 5.6 for presentation. Nicole Bobek considers herself a free spirit. With camcorder in hand, she took us behind the scenes for a day in the life of a top competitor here at the National Championships.
View, the Capitol. Yeah. Woo!
could admire. Morning, honey. I love you. Going in right now. Nothing's changed at all. This is one of my 50 million crows, Barbara.
You have to work those because you're so tired. All right?
My new bodyguard. What, 3 sexiest guys in the whole world? Not. No tattoos. No tattoos. She's a good girl, look. She doesn't know about my belly button, though. I would like the triple axel with triple toe on the side. This is like the interview room. This is the behind the scenes. Good night. Good night.
The bronze medalist from last year's Nationals, Nicole Bobek, has a new coach, new programs, and she says a whole new attitude towards skating as well.
She's skating to the music from the Moissy of Dances. And a new costume by Lauren Sheehan from San Antonio, who made the costumes for Christy Yamaguchi and Scott Davis. I think it's very pretty. Wow, that's a nice opening. That'll give her some confidence, we hope.
There was some wild hesitation in that jump. I don't think she quite knew whether she was going to come down or not.
Right.
She gets wonderful height on her jump.
She is
has a great
absolutely.
ability to spring in the air.
She's so stunning when she gets out on the ice. She just lights up this whole arena. Of course, this is her most spectacular thing she does. This extension is extraordinary.
You know, that's just simply a case of losing your attention span. She can do a double axel with her left hand tied behind her back, and it just let go. There was no reason for that, and if she continues to skate the way she had been skating, she could have easily been in first or second place.
She certainly has a lot of talent. She told us...
This triple toe loop.
Very nice. Very solid. But the simpler jump, the double axel, is going to be her downfall. This number has lots of life, and it interprets the music so well. This was choreographed by ice dancer Renee Roca.
You know, she told us people are really looking at Michelle Kwan. When I was her age, people were watching me. She said, I feel old, and I'm only 17. And there's Nicole's mom, Yana.
Now, this, again, the two-jump combination, it almost is getting to be boring with the difficulties on this particular move. Look at the height, free leg, the great height in the jump. Now watch, she sort of holds on, and then look at the height that she gets there. That's wonderful. In fact, she had so much height that she almost couldn't control it. That was really nice. Now this is her double axel. And she had planned this, and watch right here. Just didn't check the landing and didn't go. And
And there she is, sitting with her coach, Richard Callaghan.
For required elements.
Of course, he also coaches Todd Eldridge.
She feels that that is a very good influence for her to watch him practice. He's very disciplined.
And the marks for required elements from 5.3 to 5.7. Tonia Kwiatkowski's marks were from 5.5 to 5.7 for required elements.
well, had she not missed, had fallen out of that double axel, there would have been at least 2/10 of a point more for her in probably every score.
Much nicer marks than
Yes, but look at these marks. You see,
presentation.
the judges are ready and willing to give her the position here. All the skater has to do is, when they're this good a skater, is stand up.
5.8.
She is just so.
Those
Beautiful.
marks put Nicole Bobek in second place behind Tonia Kwiatkowski and ahead of Michelle Kwan.
And the interesting thing that does is that give it an ordinal system. It makes it very dangerous for Michelle Kwan.
I was going. Think of those. You do those all the time.
And here are the final standings after the ladies' short program. Tonia Kwiatkowski leads, Nicole Bobek in second, Michelle Kwan surprisingly in third, Kyoko Ina in the fourth spot. Kathleen Kelly Coutone in eighth, and Karen Kwan is in 10th. This moment for Tonia Kwiatkowski has been a long time in the making. For the first time in 8 years, she is the leader after the short program. Let's now join Leslie Visser.
Tonia, congratulations first to you, the performance of your life. Are you surprised to be in this position, and what did it take to pull it off?
Well, I've been working hard and working on my consistency all year. I've had a great year so far, but there's still another part of the competition to go, so I'm thrilled to be here. This is the best I've ever placed in short program. And, you know, I still have a long program tomorrow, so I have to keep focused.
And the fact that you went first, equally impressive. And to you, Nicole, your coach said you concentrated better this week than he's ever seen. What does this performance tell you about yourself?
It showed me that a lot of work does pay off. I've worked very hard this whole year, and consistency and training, stamina training, everything, and it's just turned out great so far.
Well, both of you, to some, unexpectedly ahead of Michelle Kwan. What will it take to beat her?
Don't make any mistakes.
For both of you.
Well, just getting a clean program with and a complete program.
Well, thank you both. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And I am joined right now by Peggy Fleming and Peggy. Michelle Kwan has the opportunity to break your record and become the youngest champion in history. How has she handled the pressure this week?
Well, Julie, Michelle has the unique ability to deal with pressure, and she has a real good perspective on where skating fits into her life. And, you know, I really think she's been having fun this week. She has a history of making mistakes in the short program. She wasn't perfect yesterday, but she did place in the top 3, and that's all she needed to do. If Michelle wins the free skate, she wins the title.
It is certainly going to be interesting. Also joining us, as always, Mr. Dick Button. And Dick, Tonia Kwiatkowski is almost 10 years older than Michelle. She's skating in the senior ladies division for the 8th time. What does it take to compete at this level for that length of time?
Well, you know, sometimes it takes a very long time to get everything together. Look at the demands being placed on these young skaters. They have to be talented, well-conditioned, technically perfect, musically aware, well choreographed, and they have to develop their own personal style. And they have to do it all by the time they're 17, let alone 14. Now, that's pretty tough in my book. And isn't it kind of wonderful that Tonia Kwiatkowski has the guts to stick to it, to correct her mistakes, to continue competing, and to do it all while completing her college degree. And now that she's graduated, it's all coming together. Well, good for her.
She really is a great example. The other contender for the title appears to be Nicole Bobek, the bronze medalist from a year ago. Moments ago, Karen Kwan skated her long program. It was a solid performance. She's our leader right now with 6 skaters remaining. And there is Michelle Kwan, her sister. She's getting ready to take the ice. The ladies' free skate is next, and you will see it live. Stay with us. We are back live at the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. It's the ladies' free skate. There is your leader right there, Tonia Kwiatkowski. Let's go down to Jimmy Roberts. Jimmy, what have you got on Tonia?
Well, Julie, just before Tonia Kwiatkowski steps out onto the ice tonight, her coach, Carol Heiss, will remind her, remember, it's all business. Now, what does that mean? Well, ever since September, once a week, she's been competing in mock competitions at home back in Cleveland. That means judges, public address announcer, full costume, the whole thing. Now, the idea is to remind her that this competition is no different than the competition she engages in every week back home. Apparently, it's working. On Friday, she had the skate of her life. Let's see if she's ready for business tonight, Julie.
Thanks, Jimmy. Michelle Kwan likes to come from behind. She's in 3rd place after the short program. Let's check in with Leslie Visser. Leslie?
Julie, in a show of love and support, the Kwan family spent the day together today. Mr. Kwan said they watched a movie ironically titled Leap of Faith. Well, Michelle's coach, Frank Carroll, just told me that Michelle was angry with herself last night, that she had a fire he had not seen, and that she would come out tonight and fight for that title, and that would make her quicker. He said that if there is a problem, it will come at the back end of her triple Salchow, triple loop combination. But before she takes the ice, he will tell her, you have run through this program perfectly almost every day. Let's do it on this day. Julie?
She is a fighter. She's fought back before, but there is Nicole Bobek. She's in 2nd place. And Dick, your assessment of Nicole?
Well, I mean, we've all seen Nicole and we all know her, but in this warm-up right here, it rather surprises me. She's been doing these triple jumps left and right. We always used to have an old saying, don't leave it on the practice ice. She's done them a million times. She doesn't have to do them a million times leading into this. And I hope she isn't going to leave it during this warm-up session. Watch now and see what jump she does this time. I'm sure, yeah, another triple, see? This time a triple Salchow. Now, she's done enough. Leave it alone, Nicole. Leave it alone.
1 minute and 12 seconds.
I know, and I'll bet she tries some more in the meantime.
And here are the standings after the short program. Tonia Kwiatkowski is in the lead. Nicole Bobek 2nd. Michelle Kwan in 3rd, followed by Kyoko Ina, Lisa Matras, and Trisha Mansfield. And here's the skating order for the final group of ladies. Our leader, Tonia Kwiatkowski, will skate 4th, followed by Nicole Bobek, and finally Michelle Kwan. Michelle Kwan will skate last. And Dick, what about Michelle Kwan coming back in this competition? She's very good at doing that.
Well, I'm not sure she's really coming back any more than she has from so many other competitions. She's always had a problem here or there in the early parts. And the main thing about both she and her sister, which was wonderful to see tonight, was that they are both so consistent and so gentle and so with it. And that's very nice to see.
And there is Kyoko Ina. She will be skating 1st. She's in 4th place after the short program. And Peggy, your thoughts?
Well, she's a very strong jumper. She's very reserved and very shy when it comes to performing. In the solo numbers, she's known in her pair skating. She's had much more success in pairs than she has in the singles event. But she's delightful to watch. She is so pretty. She does a very nice job.
Well, the time has run out, and we are ready to go.
She is skating to music from the score Swan Lake by Tchaikovsky. She represents the Skating Club of New York and New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyoko Ina.
Well, she's a silver medalist in pairs. Can Kyoko Ina take home another medal? Her rendition of Swan Lake will tell this story.
Her number to Swan Lake was choreographed by Philip Mills, who choreographs their pair skating routines that she skates with Jason Dungeon.
Peggy, what's the transition like from pairs to singles? How difficult?
Well, it's just the timing. When you're skating singles, you go on your own time, and in pair skating, you have to do it in time with your partner when you're doing side-by-side triple jumps like that one right there. So it's all in what you get used to doing, I guess. Good for her. Nice triple flip. She looked very excited about landing that. Notice her costume really reflects the music, the theme of Swan Lake. A lot of the skaters do that the costume helps in presenting them and relating the music and choreography.
I think it would help if there was a little more swan in this Swan Lake, don't you?
Right. She doesn't hold moves out quite long enough. She hits some pretty moves, but doesn't really develop them.
Hard to do Swan Lake and 7 triples together.
This is a pretty powerful piece of music, very dramatic.
Well, when you choose to skate to Swan Lake, you choose also to have 100 years of history and tradition follow you. It's a big responsibility.
It's a nice position in that layback spin. Nice leg, arm position.
Very nice.
Yes. This is her 4th national senior ladies competition she's participated in. Her best finish was 1991 when she placed 7th. So she is 4th place coming into this final free skate. So this is the best she's done in the 4 years she's participated.
When we come back, we'll have the judges' marks for Kyoko, Ina, and more from the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships.
Marks for presentation.
We're back in Providence. The marks for Kyoko Ina for technical merit range from 4.9 to 5.5.
5.5, 5.6, 5.5, 5.3.
And the marks for presentation from 5.0 to 5.6.
5.6 and 5.3.
And there's her mother, Yoshiko. She's in the crowd watching.
She is skating to music composed by Danny Elfman, Henry Mancini, and Thomas Newman. Representing the Colonial Figure Skating Club in Foxborough, Massachusetts, a warm welcome now for Patricia Mansfield.
22-year-old year-old Trisha Mansfield is from Georgetown, Massachusetts, and comes into this final phase of the competition in 6th place after the short program. She's skating to a variety of music. Midnight Run at the beginning by Danny Elfman, and then she'll skate to a theme from the Fried Tomatoes soundtrack, Whistle Stop Cafe, and then Friends to the End by Henry Mancini. She has a very showy style to her skating, rather muscular build and athletic jumps. Very nice triple flip double toe to open up this program. This is only the second time she has skated in the national senior event. This is the only time she's skated in any of the divisions in nationals, is that she started out in the seniors. Kyoko Ina is our leader at this point in the competition. She has overtaken Kwan in the standings. This real showy quality to her choreography. It was quite an accomplishment for Trisha to make this final group. She was 16th at last year's Nationals, so to come in 6th place after the short program is really something for her. She does some very inventive moves. Watch this move where she wraps her leg all the way around and extends into a back spiral. And now watch this balance and control in this back spiral where she lays out backwards.
It's almost like a death spiral without the partner to hold you up.
And the double loop with your arms over your head. I love those kinds of moves. It's difficult and artistic, all wrapped up in one.
One of the anachronisms of this event is that we're watching these very athletic and talented young women, but they're skating in the National Ladies Championship.
Well, Trisha describes herself as a tomboy, and her brothers used to brag to their friends how much she could bench press. She's very strong. She works out a lot. Trisha has been working with a sports psychologist, Cindy Adams, the same sports psychologist that Nancy Kerrigan worked with. Good job. And there is her coach, Debbie Leeming, and Diane Agel. Diane Agel choreographed this routine. And we'll be back with the marks for Trisha Mansfield right after this. Stay with us.
Well,
The
this
judges
is
marks
Trisha
for
Mansfield's
for
triple
technical
salchow.
merit.
Now watch this back out. Look at how high the free leg goes, and then she
5.2,
steps into the jump, but only a
4.7,
double comes out. She had planned to do a triple.
5.0, 5.2, 5.2, 5.0.
And the marks for
5.4,
technical merit
and
from
5.3.
4.7 to 5.5.
There's
And-
the mobile face, isn't it?
Yes, Olympic champion Oksana Bayul. Looks like such a little girl. Doesn't she there?
Well, she is. What is she, 16
Well, she
or
is, that's
17?
right.
And her marks
We
for
forget that, don't we?
5.1, 4.7, 5.5.
And the marks for
5.0,
presentation from 4.7 to 5.5, unofficially in second place of those who have skated.
4.8.
Well, she's happy.
Absolutely. And her mother, Noreen, sews her costumes and designs them. Very similar to what my mother used to do for me.
Skating to music composed by John Tesh and representing the Detroit Figure Skating Club in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lisa Matras.
At the 93 Nationals, Lisa Matras was 15th and 94 11th. She's really made significant strides this year. She's in 5th after the short program. She's skating to some beautiful music by John Tesh. From Entertainment Tonight fame. I think Julie knows him pretty well. Pretty well. Nice opening spin combination. Good speed.
Combination, first a triple salchow. Very nice. Good height, clean opening, clean revolution before the landing. Very, very pleasant. And this another triple flip. So, it turned out to be a single flip. Maybe this double Lutz, double loop combination will get her back on track. There's the double Lutz and double axel.
When a skater starts making a mistake in the very beginning, they have to really concentrate and focus and forget that part of the program and go on and concentrate on doing it right from then on.
Loop jump. Very hard, that triple loop jump, because it comes off a single back outside edge. No use of a toe pick to help you along.
She is focusing and pulling off these triples.
Now this is an interesting back camel, meaning that she didn't turn into it from a forward position, but a back position. That's quite unusual to see.
It's very effective.
Keep in mind the free skate counts for 2/3 of the skater's total score. Lisa said if she hadn't been involved with skating, she probably would have been a gymnast. She has a rather gymnast-type body. Well, Olympic champion Carol Heiss-Jenkins knows something about pressure and focus. She's given Tonia Kwiatkowski last-minute instructions.
5.1.
Welcome back to Providence and the ladies' final at the U.S. National Championships.
4.7. 5.2.
And this is Lisa Matras. Her marks for technical merit range from 4.7 to 5.6. And up next, the leader, Tonia Kwiatkowski, getting last-minute instructions from her coaches. They look very serious.
Oh, boy, don't they? Wow, it's right.
I think they're going to be skating this with her.
5.3.
And the second marks for presentation from 4.8 to 5.5.
5.3.
Well, if my statistics hold me correct, if Tonia Kwiatkowski wins this title, I think it'll be the first national champion for Carol Heiss.
Oh, won't that be nice? And Matras is unofficially in third place at this point. Now things get pretty serious. One of these next three skaters will, in all likelihood, win this title.
And just to set it into perspective, Tonia Kwiatkowski has 5 triples planned, Nicole Bobek has 6 planned, and Michelle Kwan has several triplets planned.
Well, she won the short program with confidence and style. Can Tonia Kwiatkowski hold on to the lead? This free skate holds all the answers. Skating to the music of Giselle by Adam. Nice position in the air of her legs, very tight, pointed together.
But the jump that she has had trouble with through the years has been the triple flip, and this is it. Watch the entrance, watch the shape of the entrance. Now the triple toe, double toe.
Well, the ladies tonight are competing for 2 spots on the world team, so that is also at stake. And this was her main goal, was to make this world team.
Well, she has had far greater determination this year, and she's a far more finished performer than in previous years.
This was a very well-paced, choreographed number. Fast in the very beginning and this nice slow part, and again at the end it will be fast. She wanted to land that very badly.
good height. Nice landing, nice flow on that landing. She is presenting so much more to the audience, holding her moves out, feeling the music. And she really puts a lot of effort into her performances. She really gives it her all. And it's her birthday tomorrow. She turns 24.
There's a looseness in this part of the program. She's completed all the triple jumps that she had planned.
And tonight she could become the oldest ladies champion in nearly 60 years.
Double axel. And the final move, a death drop. Good backspin, good backspin.
She looks very happy with herself. Good job.
She should be, except for that one mistake. It was a first-rate performance. Very nice.
And there's Carol Heiss, her coach, and Glenn Watt.
There are her parents, Leonard and Shirley.
Very nice. You know, it's really good to see it come together to make it work. And she has fought this through from the beginning.
Well, this is her 8th time competing in the Nationals.
And we'll be back with her marks right after this.
Well, the one problem Tonia Kwiatkowski had was with this triple flip. Now watch the fact that she's on a circle right there and the free leg a little bit to the inside. That could have been the cause for this one mistake. Otherwise, just terrific.
And the marks for technical merit from 5.6 to 5.8. There's Nicole Bobek warming up.
And her marks for presentation. 5.8.
And the marks for presentation from 5.7 to 5.9, unofficially the leader right now at this point. 2 skaters left.
Now the problem is that Nicole Bobek has to hold herself together. If she doesn't, she loses out on going to the World Championship should Michelle Kwan keep it together.
And she seems to be very inspired now that she's training with Todd Eldridge, the men's champion.
Representing the Los Angeles.
And they're both taught by Richard Callaghan. And that is Todd's coach also.
It was fun to see what he was saying to her. It wasn't anything serious. It was just, you know, something encouraging. That's what
I think she seems to be responding to this coach very well.
She has improved personality-wise 100-fold this year.
And this is her new long program, a very sophisticated presentation from the soundtrack of Dr. Zhivago.
But remember, I hate to say it, but it is the triple jumps. Here's the first, a triple Lutz. Beautiful, beautiful.
And not an ordinary one either. It was very, very high.
And the one she has had a problem with has been her triple flip, and this is it. Good for you. Double toe on top of it.
She looks like she's really focusing on this program. She's a very emotional skater, and before, when the crowd would cheer her on, she would lose her concentration.
the move that escaped her in the short program.
Nicole's costume was designed by Lauren Sheehan in San Antonio, the same costume designer for Christy Yamaguchi and Scott Davis. I think the costume really reflects Dr. Zhivago. Very ornate, very nice. Just a stunningly beautiful position.
Back spiral and Salchow. Double. Would have helped her had she done the triple she had planned there. Triple toe.
She got it. She's very happy about it.
Well, essentially, a very nice program for her. She did have one small problem on that triple toe and one other couple of, failures to complete something, but generally, what a wonderful program for her.
She is thrilled with herself.
Well, she should be. What a change from last year. I'm so pleased for her.
And there's her friend, her training partner. What a great inspiration he is for her, and also a great influence. And we'll be back with the marks for Nicole Bobek right after this.
I made it.
At the end of her program, Nicole Bobek did this, split and then triple toe. She needed that for the conclusion to put a finish, a period at the end of the sentence, and she did it. What a great evening for her this was.
5.6, 5.8, 5.8.
And the marks for technical merit from 5.6 to 5.9.
5.8. 5.7 and 5.7.
Those marks are just a hair better than Tonia Kwiatkowski. Michelle Kwan is our final skater.
And her marks for
She's got a tough road ahead of her, doesn't she?
She does.
And here the
second marks for presentation.
Oh-ho.
They are high from 5.7 to 5.9 unofficially. The new leader at this point.
5.9.
There's a look at the ordinals.
What's really great here is that we're seeing a good competition.
Yes.
The girls are skating, the ladies, the women are skating well, and that's important. They're
Yes, it
skating
is.
brilliantly.
Good for you, Nicole.
For hometown,
Good for you, Tonia
Torrance,
Kwiatkowski,
California.
and let's hope it's good for you,
Introduction
Michelle
Rondo
Kwan.
Capriccioso by Camille Sanson,
Well, she has
representing
been
the
in
Los
this
Angeles
position
Figure Skating
before.
Club in Burbank, California. Please welcome now Michelle Kwan.
Well, Michelle has a fortune cookie message taped in her scrapbook, and it reads, "You are entering a time of great promise." I think everyone in this arena would agree with that.
What she must do is complete the 7 triples that she has planned. Here's the first important jump, a double axel with a gorgeous landing.
She's been skating very consistently lately and kind of scares Frank Carroll that maybe he's thinking she left it on the practice sessions.
Remember, she's trying to become the youngest champion in history. The youngest champion since our Peggy Fleming.
I think I remember that.
Here's triple flip.
She looks very calm, very much in control.
She had in the short program was with her triple lutz. This is it.
Not tonight.
There weren't any problem there. Beautiful height on that. In fact, more than she usually has. Oh, did you see that? She went into a triple toe loop, missed it. She didn't miss it, just did an extra turn and then did the triple. That was terrific.
Yes.
Talk about control and presence. Oh, that was wonderful.
I've noticed she's relating to the audience so much more. When we were watching practices, she would look you right in the eye.
Talk about ease and delicacy and lightness. She's very controlled, very mature, but very light through this whole movement. Triple loop.
Almost, not quite.
We're seeing a much more expressive, much more mature Michelle in her performing qualities.
This again, a triple lutz. Everything was going so well to this point.
But she fights right back.
She certainly does. Boy, she sure gave it a good shot.
Well, you know, she did skate terrifically.
She
did. Just made those 2 mistakes. Very controlled, very consistent, very delicate and light, and very mature. And there's her father coming down to cheer her.
Danny, looks like he can't stand to sit down any longer.
Well,
they are a delightful family.
Look at that, will you? She just did the turn, double turned, and then went for it, didn't do it, and pulled up with the next one. That was great. That maturity was great to see. And look at this with the split. And now at this point, she stepped in to this back outside edge, Lutz, and it didn't quite work. Didn't quite work.
And all those stuffed animals she receives, she donates those to the Los Angeles Pediatric Hospital. And in December, she put on a Santa hat and she delivered all those stuffed animals to children at the hospital. She's just such a special individual.
Well, look at the smile on her face now. It's just very charming to see that, you know, she's not at all upset.
Well, she enjoys the whole experience of being here, being a favorite.
The judges' marks for Michelle Kwan for technical merit.
This is going to be close.
Very
marks for technical merit from 5.6 to 5.9. Those are the same range of marks that Nicole Bobek had.
Now, keep in mind that all three of the top ladies made mistakes. All three of the top ladies skated well, with energy.
Yes.
So you've got a very tough decision to make here. Somebody is going to lose it, and
there's also a fight for the world team. Only two can go to the World Championships. We've had three great performances tonight.
5.7.
There it is.
The marks for presentation from 5.6 to 5.9.
5.6.
It looks unofficially to be a second place finish for Michelle Kwan. Unofficially, Nicole Bobek is going to win this title. I don't know if she knows it right now.
She's going to win 1 second. She's going
Somebody
to win 1
tell
second.
her.
She looks like she's going to go for a jog.
Yep. Oh, and you know, this really will be a vindication for Richard Callaghan and for the decision to go in that route. And I think enormous influence on the part of Todd Eldridge.
And it is official. Nicole Bobek is the 1995 U.S. Ladies Champion. No. Somebody tell Nicole.
Look at that! Look at that expression. How do you like that? Oh,
surprise!
Wonderful.
Way to go, Nicole. And we'll talk to our new champion when we come back. Don't go away.
Well, well, well.
And here's the reaction of Nicole Bobek when she found out, finally, it sunk in. She's with her coach, Richard Callaghan. So here are the final standings. Nicole Bobek, our new title holder. Michelle Kwan in second. Tonia Kwiatkowski in third. Kyoko Ina in fourth. In fifth, Trisha Mansfield. Lisa Matras in sixth, Karen Kwan in seventh, Jessica Mills in eighth. Let's go down to Leslie Visser right now.
Julie, I'm with the new symbol of American skating. More nervous than you were during the competition. What does this mean to you, Nicole?
This means a lot. It goes to show that a lot of hard work and a lot of suffering and a lot of pain, after all, it's all worth it.
What is it about Richard Callaghan? He coached two champions.
Well, he made it. And he made us, and, you know, we wouldn't have made it without him.
Have you ever been to England before?
No.
Well, you will represent us well. Congratulations to you, Nicole. Let's go to Jimmy Roberts.
All right, Leslie, thanks very much. And the other side of the coin is here, Michelle Kwan. A very nice performance tonight. It seems that coming into these championships, the title had almost been given to you. Do you think the expectations or the pressure got to you at any point?
No, I don't think so. I think I was just wanted to go out there and skate really well, and I think I did that. And I don't think the pressure got to me because I have a wonderful family and a wonderful coach, and everything was going well. And just that fall was just disappointing to me because I was skating really well before that.
It was the triple Lutz, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a little off, and a little slow, so I didn't back up in time. But I hanged on to the triple loop, which was good, my goal.
And did you see your sister skate? She skated so well earlier in the evening, didn't she?
I've heard of that, and I'm so proud of her because she's such a wonderful friend to me, and not only a friend but my sister. So I'm really proud of her, and I'm always his.
All right, Michelle Kwan, I'm sure would rather be the champion, but she's going to the World Championships anyway. Let's go back upstairs.
But the
Thank
other
you,
news
Jimmy.
for you-
This is a live shot still of Nicole Bobek. Dick and Peggy, your final thoughts.
Well, obviously, Nicole made the right decision to change to Richard Callaghan, and that seems to be really inspiring her. And she looks the best she's ever looked.
Well, for me, it was a great evening because we saw so many performances of the women that were energetic, that were full of enthusiasm and competitive spirit. And I like that when there's good skating on so many people's parts. That was a nice one.
Nicole Bobek is spontaneous. She's charismatic. She's loaded with natural talent. Inconsistency has plagued her in the past, but it certainly did not plague her today. This is a look at your new ladies national champion.